What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game podcast. And Stephen A. Smith, captain of DEI, Espn, seems like he is going to possibly be getting that bag after all. He is on the verge of receiving $125 million. That's ball player money, man. And for a guy who has never ever touched a football, basketball in some type of profession, this is, I guess he's going to get his way after all. Make sure you guys get in here, like the video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel as we dig into this report. Let's go. Now, I know you guys saw the reports of how ESPN is pretty much split. A lot of people are frustrated with Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe as they are taking a lot of money out of a lot of people's pockets, but deservingly so. Obviously, Stephen A. Smith is the face of ESPN, has been running the show for a very, very long time, and he's pretty good at being an industry plant. And they want to make sure that they pay this guy, especially if he's going to go out and do some of the things that he's known to do. Which is discuss a lot of topics that, most other people will not talk about, if you know what I mean. And Stephen A. Snitch has managed to cry until they kicked the door down and handed this guy his money. But this is a report, so I don't know how true or false this is, but it says he's going to get. So I'm assuming that they're on the verge of making sure that everything is finalized within the next few days. He will be one happy man. He goes on to say, it looks like Stephen A. Smith is going to get a massive $125 million payday after sticking to his guns. And of course, this is what happens when you play the DEI game. Disney is so focused on the DEI situation that, hey, he pulled his black card. He saw that Pat McAfee contract and he said, hey, y'all know y'all gonna get in trouble if y'all don't pay me, right? Y'all know I'm gonna make y'all look real bad, right? And y'all supposed to be woke, ESPN. And y'all dare not pay the minority who has been helping this show and been doing multiple jobs within ESPN. Yeah, that's the card that he played. So if Disney, ESPN did not want to come off of this money, they can only blame themselves. So reports where we know back in June, ESPN originally issued Smith an offer of $18 million per year, but Smith instantly rejected it. Obviously, he was looking at Pat McAfee's contract. He was counting his pockets, and Pat McAfee is another color that is not his color, and he's looking at it like, well, I work just as hard as the white guy. I should be paid just as much or more, being that I bring everything to ESPN. Now, they do work Stephen A. Smith. I will say that they do work Stephen A. Smith, man, but I think the $18 million was good. I mean, you ask the average Joe out here, man, $18 million don't seem like a bad deal at all. But of course, you had to compare, the contracts with Pat McAfee. But like I said in one of my clips, Stephen A. Smith has to realize the platform that Pat McAfee has developed as a solo act himself before ESPN offered the contract. They reached out to Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee did not reach out to ESPN. Pat McAfee was already a made man. That is the only caveat that I have against Stephen A. Smith in that comparison is he got it out the mud on his own, used his own money for his productions, podcasts, etc. And I feel like you really can't compare that. But hey, you got to use what you can use when it comes to contract leverage and trying to get things to go in your favor. He goes on to say the likelihood is strong that Stephen A. Smith will become the four-letter network's first talent worth $100 million. That's crazy, guys, man. This dude is getting money, man, like a ball player, man. I mean, like, I know it ain't that Tom Brady deal. I mean, but if you just think about the years and years Stephen A. Smith has stuck around for ESPN, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, at the end of the day, Pat McAfee hasn't been there a long time, and he's gotten great money. And Stephen A. Smith works like a dog. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the 125 is justified. Shit, Disney, can y'all hire me, man? I can get on there and make everybody uncomfortable with some Caitlin Clark conversations, guys. I'm telling you, y'all can hire me, man. I don't need that much money. It goes on to say, according to Front Office Sports, Michael McCarthy, to be exact, McCarthy says the figure of Smith's new contract will be valued at up to 125. So I don't know if that's the max, but it says up to 125. So I'm assuming that if this number is out there, it's pretty much a done deal. And I know that Stephen A. Smith is going to be happy about that. That's crazy. Now, guys, I see why there's been so much ruckus amongst the other folk over there at woke ESPN, because everybody's going to feel like they deserve what Stephen A. Smith is going to get, and Stephen A. Smith is going to cry. He's going to scratch. He's going to make a lot of noise. He's going to make a lot of noise because he feels like he's the reason that everything is the way it is because of him. And I will say he has a huge percentage to do with that. He has a lot to do with that, actually. And let's just get into the numbers here, where it says sources have relayed that his new compensation could eventually come in between 20 million and 25 million per year over 5 years, compared to 5 years, 90 million for Aikman, 5 years, 85 million for McAfee, and 5 years, 75 million for Buck. How about that? And hey, it's nothing else he can say. He's going to get his money, right? And I don't know, man, maybe they're going to have to cut. I feel like they're probably going to have to shave some of that talent over there at ESPN, man, because the way that those reports came out, people saying that they don't want to go to work anymore, it's not fun anymore. Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith only care about themselves. Now, Shannon Sharpe's to me is justifiable, just like Stephen A. Smith's is justifiable. I mean, at the end of the day, those are the two top minorities over there at ESPN, if you ask me. And this is good. This is pretty good, man. So I am curious to see how this is going to be. Who's going to get relieved or released? Who's going to make a fuss about this? Who's going to be the first man or the odd man out? That's the $1 million question for me. You guys let me know what y'all think about Stephen A. Smith's new contract. Hey, man, we can say what we want to say about Stephen A. Smith, but hey, he gets his money, man. He gets the job done, and we just got to respect that. So drop the comments in the comment section, guys, and let me know what y'all think. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the video. See you guys next time. Peace.